Casio. As you can tell there, when I put the light on, it kills the time. And this is the Casio SGW 100. First things first, you need to get a couple of screwdrivers, Phillips 00 and a small flathead, and obviously a new battery. In this case it's a CR2025. Using the Phillips 00, I'm going to take the 4 retaining screws off the back plate and put that to one side. Obviously when unscrewing the back plate, make sure you press downward pressure on, otherwise you're going to round off the top of the screws. Once I've taken the back plate off, I'm going to have a look what we've got inside. And there we can see where the battery is held. Now, on first view, it looks like you can easily take the battery out. Unfortunately, you can't. You have to remove the entire internal workings. So very carefully, using the flathead, I work my way around, slowly easing it up. Unfortunately, at this point, my hands kind of get in the way of it, what you can see. What I'm trying to do is slowly ease the inside parts of the watch out of its main body. It's quite a tight fit, so you have to be a bit gentle and just slowly work your way around. You can see there now, that's the internal part out. We'll just get rid of the watch there, and you can see they've got these 4 little clips all the way around the outside. They're just the little metal parts coming down, and they clip on to the bottom part of the PCB. What I'm going to do now, using the flathead, I'm just going to ease them up, and it's very obvious when you've unclipped them, they'll make a tiny little click sound. Obviously this one's a little bit tricky. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the bottom PCB from the battery retainment part, and it comes off easy enough. It doesn't take much force. Move that to one side. What I'm going to do now, if you look into the middle, you can see there's like a T section on both sides. That just allows you to line them up. And now in the middle, just at the bottom part of the battery, there's another clip which does the retainment. The little cover now is lifted up, and I can remove the old battery. This time I wish I had smaller fingers. New battery in, making sure that you have the orientation correct. And all it requires then is to just press that down in place, and it will lock by itself with a very definite click. What I'm going to do now is line up the 2 little tips at the bottom. They form a T shape, and they fit into the T-shaped recess in the battery compartment. Squeezing all the way around the outside, you can make sure they're retained. Again, definite clicks when they've locked in place. It actually fits up quite nicely. Now we're going to turn it around, make sure it's working. Happy days, the battery works and everything is good. What we're going to do now is put the internal part back into the main body. Now you've got to be a bit careful when doing this. You've got 4 flutter switches on the side, 2 on each side, that do the stopwatch, the lights and the adjustments, and they can easily get caught, and they're only thin steel. So what we need to do is make sure, using the flathead screwdriver, we're going to ease them in ever so gently. At this point it's good not to rush. Take your time, make sure that they're all in bit at a time. I'll say there's no need to rush. I think I actually went round the circle on the inside about 3 or 4 times, just slowly getting it a bit lower down each time. I didn't want to force anything, because if you force it and it breaks, you can't fix it. Okay, I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to check the buttons. Okay, at this point the buttons aren't working, so I haven't pushed it down far enough to engage those flutter switches. I'd rather do it bit at a time than pushing it down too hard in one go, just so I don't damage the mechanisms. I'm checking the switch, the flood switches on all 4 corners of the circle, go figure. I'm going to turn it around, check again. This time they're working, everything's engaged inside. So now it's just a question of putting the back plate on and screwing the back plate back in place with the Phillips screwdriver. When tightening the back screws up, make sure you go opposites and equal. So I went top left, then bottom right, top right, then bottom left. I haven't tightened them all the way up first off, I've got them fairly tight. And once I'm happy that the whole thing is flush, I'm going to tighten up again. That's just to make sure that we keep it waterproof. Make sure you apply enough downward pressure that you don't end up rounding the screws off by sliding over the top. And voila!